Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica, and I am so glad that you have chosen me to be your coach. I'm going to go ahead and screen share. While I'm screen sharing, I'm just going to say, it takes me a little while to do this sometimes, but I'm just going to say that this is kind of an orientation for you and what to expect in the group as we are doing 21-day fix and 21-day extreme. So let me try to screen share one more time. Y'all, it can take me a minute sometimes, so bear with me for just a second. Okay. Hopefully everyone can see this now. Okay, let's try this one more time, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, so basically, we are starting a program called 21-Day Fix. There's also another version called 21-Day Fix Extreme, which some of you probably are doing. And that is basically a continuation of 21-Day Fix. So if you've never done 21-Day Fix before, I suggest that you do 21-Day Fix first before going toward 21-Day Fix Extreme, because 21-Day Fix Extreme, all it is just it raises the bar for you. It raises the workouts makes them a little more challenging, and also makes the meal plan a little more challenging by cutting some things out. So, but most of you probably have never done 21-Day Fix before, so let's go ahead and dive in. So one thing I want you to keep in mind is that the joy is in the journey, and everybody is so different. So I want you to keep these 5 things in mind as we're going through. And one is expect to lose 5 to 15 pounds with this program. This program is only 21 days. That means 3 weeks. So, it's pretty fast. And those of you in extreme, you'll probably see more results because it is such a challenging program, but also people can have a lot of results with 21-Day Fix as well, especially if it's their first time. So if you've done a few rounds of 21-Day Fix, you may tell me at the end, I'm ready to go on to something else. And I would definitely at that time recommend going on to 21-Day Fix Extreme. But anyway, for both programs, what I want you to keep in mind is that, yes, you can expect to lose 5 to 15 pounds with this program. Get plenty of sleep, very important. I know it's hard, especially those of you who have children. That's very hard to do, but make sure that you're getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night. And don't compare, okay? Like I said, we're all on our own journey. We all have different lives. We all have different circumstances. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that some people who have a long-term goal of losing more weight will probably lose more weight quicker than those of us that maybe only need to lose 5 to 10 pounds. So just kind of keep that in mind, that you may see others kind of pass you up, and that's okay because we're all different and we all have different needs, and the joy is in the journey, okay? And also, don't give up, okay? It's easy to get frustrated, but when you get frustrated, that's when you need to do number 5, and that's check in with me every day, because I'm going to give you some guidelines to follow. You've chosen me to be your coach and to lead this group, and that's what my job is to do. It's to be here for you. So do everything I ask you to do. Follow your nutrition plan and the workout calendar, and I'm going to talk about those 3 things today. All right. Now, I cannot help you reach your goals if you do not give me some accountability. Okay, and that's what I'm going to talk about. It's accountability is doing these 5 things that I'm fixing to talk to you about. Now, my job is the other part of it, and support. So I cannot help you have success if you're not holding yourself accountable by checking in the group and doing these 5 things that I'm about to talk to you about. Okay. One is you probably already accepted your invite if you haven't, but I'm posting this in the group, so all of you have accepted your invite and are seeing this video. But you need to go into the My Progress part of my Challenge Tracker app. You can see it's this guy with the little line graph that's going outside of his head. Right now you're on the home page. If you're opening up the app in your phone, you need to go to this little guy, okay? And once you get done with that, you can toggle down to the home. To the house, which is the home, okay? And this is the group feed. So when everybody posts, you can see it there. But if you ever just need to go back home, hit the house, if you need to enter in your measurements and things I'm about to talk to you about, go to the guy with the line, the line graph by his head. Okay, so you need to write down your goal. All right, you need to take a picture, record your weight and your measurements. All right, and this may sound like a pain, but let me tell you, okay, you lose inches as well as pounds in this. Okay, so it's very important to take down your measurements, and it guides you all through it, guys. Okay, in your measurements, it's very self-explanatory, so it helps you with that. And also your weight. Okay, you don't have to weigh yourself every day. We're actually going to do this every Sunday of this group, so 3 Sundays, including the one right before you start the program. So I want you to write down what your goal is. I want you to take your picture, record your weight and your measurements. Okay, and you need to do that every Sunday. Okay, so then do them in the My Progress part of my Challenge Tracker app. All right, you need to check in every day and respond to my assignments that I post Monday through Friday, okay? And I'll post them at 6 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time. Doesn't mean that you have to post right away, but within 24 hours, okay, guys? And they'll be posted Monday through Friday, okay? And you need to log a picture and description of your workout in Shakeology every day, okay? You can't see this feature yet, but it'll be under the homepage, and it'll say workout and Shakeology. And all you do is press your thumb on the thumbnail, and on your workout, you snap a picture after you get done with your workout and put a little description on there. Same thing with Shakeology. Hit it with your thumbnail and take a picture of Shakeology, write a little description on it, okay? And also, you're going to follow the meal prep and workout calendar. I'm going to post that every Sunday night, okay? I'm going to have a checklist for you every Sunday of when you're updating your measurements. And I'm also going to put a workout calendar, which I'm going to talk about later on, in for Sunday night, all right? So very important. All right, so, and also number 5 is I'm going to have a point system, okay? So I will be tracking. You can see I put 50 points for doing your measurements and doing your workouts in Shakeology and checking in. So each time you're getting points for that, and I'll give a prize at the end of the group, okay? So I am watching all of you and really reaching out to you and recording your success. All right, and another thing that I want to talk about, nutrition is, okay, so I've talked about the support part, okay? But nutrition is such a big part of 21 Day Fix, okay? So you have to check in, that's one component, and you have to stay consistent with your nutrition, guys, okay? No excuses, all right? And so this is a fairly easy plan to follow. One, you're gonna learn your containers. You probably saw, you've gotten your kit, and you've probably seen that you had those little color-coded containers. If you do not have them, if you're maybe doing this on Beachbody On Demand, I want you to go out, and I want you to, well, you don't have to buy anything, okay? We're going to talk about what the measurements are for the containers in a minute, but if you do not have any, you can go to Walmart and get the color-coded containers, but don't feel like you have to buy anything. I'll tell you what the measurements are and what each color means in a minute, okay? You're going to learn how many containers you can have a day, and using the tally sheet that I'm going to put in the files of the group, okay? Because you can mark off how many containers you've had a day, if that helps you. I don't use it, but it might help you, okay? You're going to go grocery shopping using the shopping list that I'm going to put in the files of this group. And guys, the way you find the files is you remember I told you about the home button? You go to where the people are, okay? Where that big people icon is. And then where it says group settings, you're going to click on that and you'll be able to find the files, okay? And just email them to yourself and print them out. And if you're having trouble finding it, let me know and I'll send it to you, all right? Okay. So, okay, so you're going to use that shopping list. Stick to your list, and the reason why I gave you a list is because I want you to fill in the blanks, okay? I don't want you to go crazy on food like I did and spend way over your budget. That's not going to help you, okay? You're not going to eat all that food. Stick to your list, okay? And you're going to do meal prep every Sunday. And I'm going to have some ideas for you on how to do meal prep too. So You know, this is going to make more sense as I go more in detail, but you're also going to need to learn your tea, water, and coffee bar, because that's pretty much all you can drink. If you are a soft drink drinker, kick that habit right here, right now. Say 21 days, no soft drinks, okay? And learn your 5 zings. And I'm going to talk about what zings are in a minute, okay? We have 5 of them, but zing 2 and 3 are not for 21 Day Fix Extreme, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to go into the first step, which is learn your containers, okay? Each container has a different color and has a different measurement. Vegetables are 1 cup and they're green. Fruits are 1 cup and they're purple. Reds are proteins and they're 3/4 a cup. And carbs are yellow and they're 1/2 cup. And healthy fats are blues and they are 1/3 a cup. Actually, they did an error on that because it's 1/4 a cup. Okay, so, and the oranges are 2 tablespoons, okay? And they're seeds and dressings. So you need to learn what you can put in each of them, all right? So I put like a little cheat sheet here, but you can also go to page 22 of any of you that did get the kit, you can go to page 22 of that book and you can see what you can put in each of them, okay? All right, so learn your daily container intake, okay? So you're gonna use this formula, and that's going to be your current weight times 11 equals your caloric baseline. You're going to take that baseline, you're going to add 400 to it. That's how much you're going to burn. That's the fixed calorie burn. And then you're going to get your caloric needs. You're going to take your caloric needs, you're going to subtract it by 750. That's going to be your calorie target. Now, your calorie target is right here. Look, see, it says 1,200 to 1,499 calories, 1,500 to 1,799, 1,800 to 2,099, and 2,100 to 2,300. But this little cheat table makes it a little bit easier for you. So if you're less than 169 pounds, you're going to follow this first bracket, 169 to 195, second, 196 to 222, third, and greater than 223 pounds, you're going to follow the fourth bracket. So if you're less than 169 pounds, you would have 3 greens. And if you were 169 to 195, 4, 196 to 222, 5, etc. Okay, and it shows you how many containers you can have based on your bracket. Okay, so you also can drink water, tea, and coffee. Okay, but you have to be very careful what you put in it. Okay, you need to be drinking I would say, okay, half your body weight of water. So you're going to take your weight, you're going to divide it by 2. So for instance, if I'm 160 pounds, I'm going to divide that by 2, and I need to be consuming 80 ounces of water a day. Okay, and I recommend getting a water bottle. Those of you that did get 21 Day Fix challenge packs or kits, you got your Shakeology bottle. This is a 20-ounce bottle. So just fill it up, okay? And keep like a big water bottle like this, okay? I recommend a 20 to 32 ounce bottle of water, all right? You can add free fruit or free foods to your water day. So I'm talking like mint or lemon or limes or whatever. But don't put any Crystal Light in it or artificial flavoring, all right? No small little bits of sugar. That can really add up, especially if you're drinking, like I try to drink 4 of these a day. If I put Crystal Light in this, I mean, we're talking like 20 calories a day, just in that, okay? So free foods, okay, or fruits, things like that give some flavor, but no Crystal Light, nothing kind of that would add those little extra calories or sugar in it, all right? And tea and coffee, you'll see on page, and I didn't put the table in here, but I will find the page for you and tell you later. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll point you toward it. But everything in list A, you cannot add in your tea or coffee, okay? Cream, half and half, non-dairy creamer, lots of sugar. If you're really a fan of that, of course you can see the table, but if you're really a fan of that heavy whipped cream like my brother is, and he loves coffee milk, and he'll put like that Nestle stuff that's popular during the holidays, all that pumpkin spice stuff, okay, do without that for 21 days. So there are certain things that you can have sparingly, like 1 to 2 cups a day, like non-fat milk, or like honey or raw sugar. okay? And we're talking about teaspoons, guys, okay? Teaspoons, or maple syrup, the pure kind, or stevia. Stevia is good for you, but you don't want to have too much of it a day. So about a teaspoon a day, okay? Let's see, you can have anytime you want in your coffee or tea or whatever. Cinnamon, lemon, pumpkin spice, and nutmeg. You can have whenever, all right? So now we're going to talk about what the zings were. You probably are thinking, what are those zing things? Okay, so zing, you can have teaspoons and free foods, okay? So your teaspoons, your calorie bracket is the first one, less than 169 pounds, you can have 2 teaspoons a day, okay? And that differs with your calorie bracket. You also get teaspoons, and those are your nut butters and oils like olive oil, peanut butter, almond butter, that kind of stuff, okay? That's on page 36 and 37. You can also have free foods, mustard, okay? No mayonnaise, mustard, any kind of spices except for salt. Of course, you could have a pinch of sea salt a day, all right? So sea salt, not regular salt, or you can also use Himalayan salt, vinegars, different things like that. So make sure to check out page 36 and 37 to see what free foods and teaspoons you can have a day. All right, and you can also zing 2 and 3. This is not for 21 Day Fix Extreme. This is one of the things that gets cut when you start raising the bar, okay? But if you are doing regular 21 Day Fix, you can have this. And that's tasty beverages and treats, okay? And you can have them 3 times a week, and you have to substitute them for a yellow container, which is your carbs. So basically your beverages, this is like milk, non-fat milk, okay, 1% or skim milk, almond milk, I love almond milk, coconut milk, or cashew milk, whatever, wine, okay? You can also have things like, there's a whole list of treats right here, and some of them are substituted for orange, so pay very close attention to that. This is on page 38 and 39. Like the dried fruit medley and the raisins, sometimes they're substituted for orange, okay? But you can have, some of these are substituted for yellows, like chocolate, okay, dark chocolate, all right? And oatmeal cookies. There's lots of different recipes, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. So you can have treats 3 times a week or a beverage 3 times a week, as that substitutes for yellow, only if you are doing the regular 21 Day Fix, the original, okay? All right, so Zings 4 and recipes, and Zing 5, which is Shakeology, okay? There are lots of recipes in the book that I talked to you about in the 21 Day Fix book. And those of you that are using Beachbody On Demand, you can access this. As you pull up 21 Day Fix, you can access your nutrition plan, okay? But it's on page 44. Basically, all they do is they put the book online. It's basically all they do, okay? And you can also use Pinterest and Google, okay, for 21, just make sure you write in 21 Day Fix approved, okay, and they'll also give you the container count that's in there. And to really ramp up your results, you can use Shakeology, which I use every day. I drink it every day. Those of you who know me, I love it, okay? It's $4 a day, guys, okay? Think of those things that we spend $4 a day on, okay? Sometimes we may spend it at Chick-fil-A or Starbucks, and that's what I replaced, and really I came out on top, guys, okay? So if you have more interest in that, let me know. Some of you got that if you got a challenge pack, but it replaces one red container. One scoop of Shakeology, you got them in those little packages, that's a scoop. It replaces one red container, which is a protein, okay? So really look and see some of the great recipes they have on there, and let me know what you think. That's why we log our Shakeology, okay? And what I'm going to say, and when we talk about our checklist, I'm going to talk about this again. Make sure you clean out your pantry and keep healthy snacks on hand, okay? Clear all the junk out. And I'm going to talk later about that, okay? And eat 5 to 6 times a day using your containers, preferably before 6 p.m., all right? So you may be saying, well, I get off at 6. That's not going to happen. Okay, my suggestion to you, because your metabolism slows down after 6, is eat heavier at the beginning of the day, and at the end, take something you can eat on the go, what's really light, or eat very light after 6 o'clock, okay? Because you want to eat heavier before, because then after 6 o'clock, your metabolism slows down. So if you're not able to eat before 6, eat lighter, all right? at the end of the day. And make sure, you keep eating 5 to 6 times a day. It's not always easy to do, but we can do it if we really discipline ourselves enough to do it, okay? So another thing is you're going to be following a workout calendar, okay? So this is the 21-day fix workout calendar, the original one. I'm going to post it every Sunday, and Sunday you'll do yoga fix. Monday you'll do total body cardio. You can do 10-minute abs as an option. It is awesome, okay? You'll really see a progression. Tuesday is upper fix, which is arms. Wednesday is lower fix, which is legs. You can do the 10-minute abs there. Thursday is Pilates fix, which is Pilates, and it's 30, very good for your core. Friday is cardio fix, which is 30, and you can do abs there too. That'll be 40 minutes. And then Saturday we do a dirty 30, which basically targets everything. Okay, so these workouts are about 30 to 40 minutes a day if you do the 10-minute abs. There is a 60-minute double option on week 3. Basically, it takes like a couple of these workouts and doubles them. You don't have to do it, but it's an option. And you'll need 2 to 10 pound weights that are right for you, and a resistance band. So you can use one or the other. So you can use 2 to 10 pound weights. I recommend, if you're just lifting, using 2 to 5 pounds. And if you have done a lot of strength training, try to really ramp it up to 5 to 10. We need to challenge ourselves, and we don't challenge ourselves when we don't see results. But you can also use a resistance band if you would like. Most of the time, the people in those videos, though, are using weights. I will say that. That's what I prefer. But you can use the resistance band. You'll also need the resistance band and weights for 21-day extreme. And this is the calendar for 21-day extreme. You'll notice it's a little bit the same, but a little bit different. The workouts are more challenging. And on extreme, guys, really consider what you use for 21-day and really feel your way around your weights, because you want to challenge yourself. If you don't challenge yourself, you're not going to see results. So you might want to get a heavier set of weights, but keep your lighter weights and just kind of feel around with it. And if it gets too much, put those heavy weights down, use the lighter weights, okay? We do not have a doubles option for the extreme because this is the extreme month. We can't have treats. The workouts are more challenging, so you'll be doing your workouts from 30 to 45 minutes a day, okay? So, and that's the full 21 days. All right, and again, I'll post this every Sunday night, okay, with your checklist. Now, this is a checklist for you before we start this group. And one, you need to learn your container count. Got a little tongue-tied there. And you need to download your 3 tally sheets for each week, okay, because we're going to be doing this for 3 weeks. So make sure you send them to your phone or get me to send them to you. So you need those tally sheets to learn how many containers you can have a day. Clean out your pantry and refrigerator. Get rid of all that junk that we had during the holidays and all that kind of good stuff, okay? And clean it out because I know it needs to be cleaned out. And download the shopping list and the files, which also is in there. If you can't access it there, get me to send it to you. Fill it out and go shopping, okay? And stick to your list, all right? I will tell you, okay, I can only have my container count for fruits is like 2 fruits a day. So I only get 2 kind of fruits for the week, apples and grapes, okay? Or if I can only have 3 types of veggies, I usually only get 3 types of veggies, broccoli, celery, and carrots, okay? So that's how I do it, but really look at your list and stick to your list, okay? Don't pick everything on that list. And get your weights or resistance band, okay? And pick out a slot of time that you'll most likely work out and figure out the times you're going to eat, okay? 5 to 6 times a day, preferably before 6 p.m. And make sure that you go into that My Progress section and record your goal, measurements, weight, and picture, okay? I'm going to stop share. All right, I am excited to work with all of you. Let me know if you have any questions. Please do those things before we get started on Monday, okay? So this takes 3 parts. That is checking in the group, doing what I ask you to do, following good nutrition, and doing your workout calendar, okay? So make sure you read that checklist, and let's get started. Y'all have a great day.